Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Babagagede Imo TV. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. Yoruba Youth Group decries domination of NNPC by Northerners. Buhari advised to stop corruption, fuel subsidy to reduce borrowing. You may lose your belongings. FG cautions Nigerians traveling to US, Europe. Adeleke directs LGX to replace sacked chairman. Adeleke suspends OCEC chairman members. From Osun State, we won't allow Lagos-Ibadan Expressway become another Abuja-Kaduna. Are Ona Kakanfo, Iba Gani Adams. Cattle rearing business has declined due to banditry, Zamfara herdsman. Ogun woman, teenager rob trader with toy guns. And on foreign story, we need to fix our country, Sanusi woos Nigerian doctors in South Africa. Finally, on sports, Cameroon had a 3-3 draw with Serbia as Ghana survived late scare, beat South Korea. Now the news in detail. Group under the aegis of Yoruba Council of Youth Worldwide, YCYW, has decried an increase in the pump price of premium motor spirit, PMS, popularly called petrol. It asked the leadership of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC, to explain allegations of oil theft, unaudited accounts, and unmitigated embezzlement leveled against it. In a letter addressed to the Group Chief Executive Officer, GCEO, of NNPC, Mele Kyari, by its President General Oladotun Azan, the group blamed the development on the full takeover of NNPCL's employment-based structure by the Northerners. The letter reads, afterward, the BAT had incessantly turned to the war situation with constant internal meddling and premeditated artificial scarcity with no genuine reasons, and with the attendant daily news of oil theft, unprecedented massive corruption, and fraud allegedly in active connivance with the officials of the NNPC, and coupled with the massive corruption under your watchful eye. As the GMD of the defunct NNPC, now turned CEO of NNPC Limited, a replication of oil, wine in a new sack, rest assured of a deadly awful taste and poisonous venom. Subsequently, what Nigerians witnessed in the continuous astronomical hike in the pump price of fuel and diesel to the tune of 250 naira per litre and 750 naira, 850 naira per litre respectively. Aside the undeniable overbearing consequences of PMS and diesel in our day-to-day activities, poor condition and reckless management of the NNPC, being the apex Nigeria's oil management company, inevitably remains the greatest negative factor, being responsible for the harsh and dwindling economic downturn leading to high poverty rates in the country. Moving on to the next story. Financial experts have urged President Muhammadu Buhari's regime to raise the country's oil production quota and expand the tax net to check the rising debt profile and boost revenue. The expert made the suggestion in separate interviews on Monday. Josin Chukwu, Kauri Asset Management CEO, said Buhari regime could enhance revenue by raising oil production output. Raising the oil quota to the pre-COVID-19 era, when production rose to over 2 billion barrels per day, is the way to go. This will change the fiscal revenue positions and reduce the associated headwinds with rising debt servicing, Mr. Chukwu said. He added that the federal government could also tackle the country's shrinking revenues by expanding its economic base, suggesting that total deregulation of the petroleum sector will open up the domestic economy for more foreign direct investment. Sonny Nwosu, the founder of the Independent Shareholders Association of Nigeria, said the regime could reduce the impact of rising debt payment by expanding the tax net, using more empirical processes to incorporate people into the tax net is possible, as it will automatically boost government's earnings. Mr. Nwosu said these became imperative, particularly now that the fiscal position is challenged due to the competing economic demands, and advised that the 3 tiers of government reduce the governance cost of free funds of adequate debt payment. Godwin Anono, the president of the Standard Shareholders Association of Nigeria, said the Buhari regime must stop all financial leakages in all its ranks. Moving to the next story, the Ministry of Information and Culture has warned Nigerians traveling to Europe and the United States of America to be cautious of their belongings. Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information and Culture, handed out the advice on Monday during the PNB Administration Scorecard 2015-2023 series. The series, launched in October, is to showcase the achievements of the Buhari administration. He said it has come to the attention of the government that Nigerians traveling to the US and countries in Europe are having their belongings, especially money and international passport, stolen at an increasingly rate. The minister revealed that the most recent victims of this scenario are Nigerians traveling to Europe, especially the United Kingdom. These victims, according to the federal government, were disposed of their money, passports and other valuables at eyebrow shops, particularly in the High Street of Oxford. We have therefore decided to advise Nigerians traveling to Europe and the United States to take extra precautions to avoid being dispossessed of their belongings. He, however, added that strictly that this information is merely a piece of advice to citizens who may be planning to visit to the US or Europe, not a travel restriction. From that story, we'll go to Osun State. Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State has directed career heads of local government areas and area councils development areas in the state to take control and charge of the councils from the sacked council chairmen and councillors. The directive is contained in a statement issued by Adeleke's spokesperson, Malam Olawale Rashid. According to the news agency of Nigeria on Monday, information states, Adeleke says the directive is with immediate effect. Governor Adeleke also directed the most senior career heads across all the local government areas to take charge of their councils. This is in compliance with the judgment of the Federal High Court sitting in Osogbo that sacked the council local government chairmen and councillors, the government said. Information report that Justice Nathaniel Ayo Emmanuel of the Federal High Court sitting in Osogbo on Friday declared the local government election conducted by the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission as null and void. Justice Ayo Emmanuel delivered a judgment based on a People's Democratic Party suit asking the court to stop the OSEC from conducting the Osun October 15th local government election. The judge in his judgment stated that the local government election that was subsequently aired by OSEC was held in contravention of Section 29 and 32 of the Electoral Act of 2022. Ruling to this reaction, the chairman of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria in Osun, Mr. Biodun Idowu, called on its members to remain calm and peaceful. Still in Osun State, the Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, has suspended members of the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission, OSEC, over allegations of financial impropriety. Secretary to the state government, Teslim Igbalaye, announced the suspension. Teslim Igbalaye announced the suspension in a statement on Monday. The statement stated that the chairman of the commission, Segun Oladiton, and 6 other members are suspended. Other members are Mr. Yusuf Oyeniran, Alhaja Suebat Adubi, Prince Yinka Ajiboye, Mrs. Abosede Omibeku, Mr. Dosu Gidigbi, Mr. Wahab Adewonyi. This suspension is sequel to several petitions bordering on financial impropriety, the recollection of duty, absenteeism, and abuse of office against the said chairman and members of the commission. Pending the outcome of investigation into the allegations against the suspended chairman and members of the commission, the secretary to the commission shall hold forth in running the affairs of the commission, the statement affirmed. From that story, we go to Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. A coalition of security groups consisting of the Oodua People's Congress, OPC, the Hunters Association of Nigeria, Vigilante Group of Nigeria, Agbekoya, and others have insisted that it will not allow the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway to become another Abuja-Kaduna Expressway. This was disclosed by the coordinator of the group, Are Gani Adams, the Are Okakamfo of Yoruba Land, during a meeting of the Southwest security groups. Are Adams said, the situation along the road is worrisome, and that is why we are having a joint security meeting of all stakeholders concerned. The situation is now so bad that those traveling along that road no longer feel safe while flying on the road. The situation is worsening around the Kara Bridge, also known as the Long Bridge. The Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò added that we are not unaware of what the Oyo State government, led by Seyi Makinde, is doing by bringing in Amotekun officers, but our role is to complement the efforts of other security agencies. The Yoruba leader added that those who are interested in bringing to an end the state of insecurity are drawn from OPC, the Vigilante Group of Nigeria, the local hunters, the Odua Women Group, and others. In case you're just joining, you are watching the world news from BGI TV. Moving to the next story from Zamfara. A Fulani herdsman in Zamfara, Aminu Usman, has appealed to Governor Bello Mohammed Mutawalli as a matter of urgency, return the glory of cattle rearing in the state. In an exclusive interview in Gusau, Usman said cattle rearing had contributed significantly to the economic growth of northern part of Nigeria. Usman explained that in recent times, the cattle rearing business has declined due to banditry activities ravaging the entire region and has become so terrible and risky, forcing Fulani cattle rearers to abandon their profession. It is not news that the cattle rearing is the habitual occupation of the Fulani people who move their livestock from one place to the other for grazing, he said. He said Zamfara State is one of the states in the north seriously affected, pointing out that Fulani cattle rearers no longer protect their lives and livestock from danger. Usman expressed worry that most of the Fulani cattle rearers have been dispossessed of their cattle through rustling, saying that most of them have lost their lives, a situation that totally crippled the business, making meats to be expensive for more masses to purchase. Majority of the Fulanese are herdsmen and stark illiterate, which remains the immediate factor that negatively brought about the escalation of insecurity rocking the northern part of Nigeria. Moving on to the next story in southwestern part of the country. The Ogun State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of a woman, Chioma Okafor, and a 19-year-old Nweke Joshua for allegedly robbing traders with toy guns in the state. The State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Abimbola Oyeyemi, in a statement on Sunday said the suspects were arrested last week Friday during an operation at Adeson Mowe in the Obafemi Owode local government area of the state. Oyeyemi said upon receiving the distress call, the Divisional Police Officer, Mowe Division, SP Folake Afeniforo, quickly mobilized the division's patrol team and men of the Soul Safe Corps to the scene where the two suspects were arrested. On searching them, it was discovered that they came to rob the shop with toy guns, which looked perfectly like original pistols. On interrogation, 19-year-old Nweke Joshua informed the police that it was Chioma Okafor who came with the idea of carrying out the robbery operation in order for them to have some money. Oyemi said the State Commissioner of Police, Larry Bankole, directed that the suspect be transferred to the State's Criminal Investigation Department for discreet investigation. We'll go to the foreign/national story. Ahead of the 2023 general elections, the 14th Emir of Kano, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, has wooed Nigerian doctors in South Africa, asking them to come home and fix Africa's most populous country. Addressing the doctors over the weekend in Johannesburg, Sanusi commended the doctors for representing Nigeria well in their host country, South Africa. He also encouraged the Nigerians in diaspora to contribute their quota in building a better Nigeria, saying they have their respective duties to play. We all have a duty to see what we can do. This country needs us now more than ever before. When we have a challenge, when we have a crisis, it is not the time to run away, he said. When your house is on fire, you don't run away. You look for the fire brigade to come and kill the fire, and we are the fire brigade. We need to go back and fix our country. We need to get our country to that level where people and doctors are coming to work in Nigeria, where academics are becoming to teach the Nigerian universities, not looking to other parts of the world, he concluded. Going to the last story of the day is a sports story. Earlier, Cameroon had a 3-3 draw with Serbia as Ghana. Mohamed Kudus scored twice as Ghana beat South Korea 3-2 in the post-18 World Cup encounter on Monday to keep their World Cup hopes alive, and leave Paulo Bento's side facing an early exit. Mohamed Salisu opened the scoring against the run of play midway through the first half at the Education City Stadium, and asked midfielder Kudus doubled the Black Stars' lead. But the Asian side, who looked toothless in their first half, roared back after the break, pulling level through a quick-fire double from forward Cho Gun-sung, either side of the hour mark. Ghana looked shocked as the Korean fans celebrated widely, but they were back in front in the 68th minute, with Kudus finished calmly at the back post after Inaki Williams failed to connect with a cross from the left. The result takes Ghana into second in Group H on 3 points. Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal will have 6 points and secure qualification for the last 16 if they beat Uruguay in the later kick-off in Qatar. That ends the world news from BGI TV this moment. Before we go, some major headlines. Yoruba Youth Group decries domination of NNPCL by Northerners. Buhari advised to stop corruption, fuel subsidy to reduce borrowing. You may lose your belongings, FG cautions Nigerians traveling to US and Europe. And lastly, on sports, Africans brought smiles to the continent while Cameroon had a 3-3 draw with Serbia as Ghana survived late scare, beat South Korea 3-2. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Bababagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement for goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placement only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. May this new week be fruition for us all. Thank you.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million. Oh, na na na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV.